Well, all right, y'all. Kathy Hochul signed a new piece of legislation into law in light of everything that's been going on with ICE all year, and of course, in light of what's going on right in our backyard in Jersey. Now, this is a new comprehensive immigration plan to protect New Yorkers against ICE. Let's look at the details of this new law. So, first things first, up here at the top, the law prohibits local governments, state and local police, and state and local corrections from entering into 287 agreements or similar agreements with the federal government that allow for state and local law enforcement personnel and facilities to be used for civil immigration enforcement purposes. So, no coming over here building up no detention centers, in other words. Additionally, the law prohibits anyone from changing zoning to allow for construction or use of buildings as immigration detention centers without public input. Next, the law bans all law enforcement from wearing masks. And this is an important distinction to be made, right? Because we saw that when California tried to ban ICE from wearing masks, the ban was struck down by the courts, basically saying that the law was discriminatory. In this particular instance, Kathy Hochul is making it clear that no officer who operates in the state of New York is allowed to wear a mask. The law prohibits state, local, and federal officers from wearing masks, wearing face coverings while interacting with the public. This excludes necessary tactical equipment, sunglasses, or medical masks from the definition of a face covering. Willfully violating the statute would be an infraction, and subsequent willful violations would be a misdemeanor. Don't get charges pressed against y'all. Now, moving along. According to this legislation that Kathy Hochul is signing, this would establish a state law under which New Yorkers can bring a lawsuit against federal, state, and local government officials for a violation of their constitutional rights. Apparently, this is a little bit more difficult to do than we thought, and so this makes it a little easier. Next, the new law safeguards interactions with public employees. The law prohibits the use of state and local civilian agencies and public school resources, including employee time for civil immigration enforcement activities. This includes a ban on questioning or investigating individuals solely for civil immigration purposes unless required by a federal judicial warrant or by law. None of these little low bar administrative warrants. Federal judicial warrant is what's required. Next, the law prohibits all civilian, state, local, and school employees from permitting access to any non-public area of a state-owned or operated facility to immigration authorities without a judicial warrant, meaning any state or municipally owned or operated facility, including housing accommodations, parks, childcare facilities, preschools, hospitals, school dorms, healthcare facilities, community centers, libraries, and shelters cannot grant or facilitate access to any non-public areas of their facilities to immigration authorities without a warrant. So stop trying to run up in the shelters, stop trying to run up in the schools, the churches, and all of these other places and haul kids out. No. Additionally, the law ensures that all students, including our immigrant population, has access to a quality education, and it prohibits any kind of data collection or disclosure regarding immigrant status that could then be used against a student or their parents. So those are the major parts of the law in a nutshell, y'all. I can appreciate Kathy Hochul trying to get ahead of the mess and the nonsense, and unfortunately, a lot of this stuff has to be spelled out and written into law explicitly because, as we can see, anything goes, and it's better to err on the side of caution. I'll keep you guys posted with anything else, New York.